In Unit 2, Lesson 11, we are going to be looking at the intersection points of two polynomials. So we're going to be focused on intersections. And the first four problems, 1, 2, 3, and 4, want you to find the point or all points where two functions intersect. So I'm going to show you two ways. I'm going to show you how to do this using algebra, which we've kind of done in the past. And then the second way is by graphing. And for graphing, I'm going to use Desmos to help me find these answers. So let's go ahead and look at number 1 and remind us exactly what we're doing here, which is we're going to be looking at two different functions. So let's call this, we can call this f of x, g of x, whoever. And then there will be a second function. So we can look at that guy. And we're trying to find these guys, the point of intersection. The point of intersection is when the two functions are equal to each other. So I want to know when c of x in problem number 1, so x squared minus 7, when is that one going to be equal to d of x, which is just the constant function 2? So I'm trying to find when c of x is equal to d of x. So I'm going to set them equal to each other. So x squared minus 7 is equal to 2. So I'm going to figure out the answer for x. And some of you might be able to do this one in your head. It's not a terribly hard problem to solve, but to make it a little bit easier, I'll just move the 7 over first by adding. And then it's asking what number do we square? So what times itself gives me 9. A lot of you are like, oh yeah, 3, right? Because 3 times 3 is 9. But don't forget that there is another option, which is negative 3. Negative 3 times negative 3 also gives you a positive 9. So my point of intersection, so actually happens twice. So one of my intersecting points occurs at 3, and then the other one occurs at negative 3. So to find my y value, plug it back into the function. 3 squared is 9. 9 minus 7 is 2. And then, oh, that was a little bit messy. Plug negative 3 in. Negative 3 squared is positive 9. 9 minus 7 is 2. So these two functions are crossing at 3, 2, and they're crossing at negative 3, 2. So I've showed you how to do it algebraically, right, with algebra, but we could also get this answer graphically by using Desmos and putting both of these functions in, making two graphs. So I'm going to go ahead and move my screen over to Desmos, and I'm going to type x squared minus 7 into one function. Oh, I already got the graph actually right there. So we're going to come over here and we're going to type x squared. Oh, it's much easier to type when I've got my keyboard on. So let me put my keyboard on real quick. All right, so, okay, x squared minus 7. So I put that in for my y1 basically. You could actually get in there and say y equals. And then we're going to come down here into my second function, and the other one, y equals 2. And if you'll notice, boom, negative 3, 2 was one point of intersection, and positive 3, 2 is your other point of intersection.